Hey everyone, welcome to Moondaughter Esoterica. My name is Tammy, and this is a message for the collective that I've been called to do. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If this is your message, you'll know it. If not, then feel free to pass it along to someone who you feel like it might resonate with, or just scroll on. That's absolutely okay. We're going to begin our messages today with our synchronicity charms. We're going to pull a few charms. You can take these symbols as something that you can see in real life as this is unfolding for you. You could also use this to say, yes, definitely, this is my message. Or they could have personal significance to you. So we're going to start off with, we have a four-leaf clover. How exciting. I actually found a four-leaf clover the other day, the first one I've ever found in my life. So pretty exciting. Our next synchronicity charm is going to be a tree. So luck and longevity. Duration. We'll be talking about family matters as well. And our final charm, we have a starfish. This could just be indicative of being a star standing in your own spotlight. This could also be a trip to the beach, something like that. But you can see one or all of these. You may see these multiple times. So this is just, again, a confirmation. If you see these symbols out in the real world as you're going through your experiences, especially if it aligns with this reading, then you'll know this is confirmation. This could also, again, like I said, show up when it's confirming that this is actually happening for you. This is a timeless reading. And again, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So let's see what the theme of this is going to be. Okay, so we have two cards. The first card is coming apart, and the second one is compass. So this could be talking about trying to figure out where to go after something is ended. This could be a relationship, a career, a way of looking at the world, something like this. This card talks to me a lot about inner child healing and sort of coming back to who you were before perhaps this union or this connection or this event came. I'm drawn to the dust that's crumbling out. This, whatever this connection or situation was, it has gone to the point where it can go no further. And I do see sort of some dust and decay falling off. You may be still grieving what could have been. You may still be in the grieving process, but I see you're moving through this because we do have compass here. And compass talks about trying to find out which direction is for you. This could also talk about following your true north, all of those things. So let's get some tarot cards out and see exactly what this is talking about. On the bottom of the deck, we have education in reverse. So if you feel like this has been brought to you, if this has been brought to you for a lesson, there's nothing more to learn here. You're sort of being nudged to move along, move forward from this. It is time. Start deciding what's next for you. I don't feel like you're exactly ready to take those steps, but it's time to begin looking and seeing what's next for you. Let's go ahead and get some tarot cards out here and see what other information they have for us. I'm also getting repeating numbers, angel numbers 44 or 444, 66 or 666. Those two numbers stand out. So if you're seeing those numbers a lot, again, this could be confirmation. I know fours together talk about balance, stability, and security. And also sixes talk about comfort, connection, all of those things. So let's go ahead and see what the tarot has to say. So I am seeing something has definitely fallen apart here. We, right in the middle of the reading, have the Tower card. This feels like it's something that's been very emotional for you, but you don't have the ability to necessarily communicate how you feel, or you're not receiving communication from the other person. If this is a love relationship, I do see that is coming. There will be some form of closure for you as you move forward, but at this time, there's a feeling of being stuck and really needing to be able to communicate. And perhaps if this is something that, again, if this is a love relationship, this could have ended quite tumultuously. There could have been a lot of anger, a lot of spiteful words said, and a lot of just sort of sticking to your own viewpoint. So butting heads. And I feel like the truth is somewhere in between. It's not your ex-partner's information necessarily or yours. I feel the answer's somewhere in between, but I feel like there's been such a battle going on here that it became more about the battle and defending one's position. And I do see some childishness with this as well, or it felt childish to both of you, but neither one of you could really move beyond that. And um, going back to this coming apart card, there is definitely some inner child either being triggered or being healed at this time. So it could explain why perhaps you've both behaved in a way that is quite unexpected or quite childish in dealing with this situation. I do see a new connection coming in, but I feel like this is something that is going to take time. You have to fully step away from this connection in order for that to happen. Healing must happen. And so with this compass card here, I could absolutely see that you're sort of moving through that grief period, sort of taking the lessons. There's no more to learn, sort of integrating what you've learned and preparing yourself to move forward into a new relationship. But I feel like it's really important that all of these boxes be checked when it comes to wrapping up the ending of this connection. I see there is stubbornness and blame being placed or taken, and I don't necessarily know that that's being done fairly. Somebody may be taking on blame that isn't theirs, or feeling guilty or feeling shamed for something that isn't necessarily their responsibility. Especially when it comes to emotions, we can only be responsible for tending to our own emotions. We certainly don't want to hurt people intentionally, but at the same time, we also need to respect and honor other people's emotional expressions, giving them time and space to feel their emotions as well. But I do see, if someone is here looking for, is this going to be reconnected? No, this is something that it is done. It is really time to set yourselves free from the situation. Um, Interestingly enough, I feel like on the other side of healing, what I'm seeing here is that there will be a fondness. Perhaps you will have love for one another moving forward into the future, but it's not the type of love that you're going to build a relationship, build a family out of, continue on into the future. But I do see there is almost a gratitude and honoring, a respect for the relationship and everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything that played out within this relationship. You'll know that you've reached healing and you're ready to actually move on and perhaps step into that long-term partnership when you get to the space where you look back and you smile and you're grateful for all of the times. Again, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything brought some sort of lesson or some sort of experience that your soul wanted to experience. And so um, it's really important to look for that as well. And again, we've got our synchronicity symbols, but it's important to look for that sense. It's a little bit deeper than forgiveness. And of course, whenever something ends in an explosive or shocking way, forgiveness needs to come, but it's not something you can force. It's something that you have to allow to come, and you'll feel it in your heart one day. And I almost feel like you're at that point where you have forgiven this other person. Perhaps they have forgiven you as well. And what I'm feeling here is there's just something that's just not settled yet. The forgiveness is there. You feel it in your heart as well as in your mind. But what I'm hearing very loudly is you will know when you have healed, when you can look back, still have care, concern, and love for the other person, and they for you as well. It's not going to stir up all those tumultuous emotions, and there will be gratitude for having had this experience with this person. Looking forward, I do see that it is very important to be patient with yourself, to really tune into your body. I'm seeing that there are places within your body that you're still storing some of the more painful parts from this relationship. And I'm also hearing for some of you, you pushed through things that were not okay because you ignored the signs in your body. So this could be an uneasy feeling in your stomach. It could be a sharp pain in your knee. I'm not sure what this is, but I'm seeing that some of you felt this in your body well before this relationship started to crumble, started to come to an end. And so if you look back honestly, I do feel like you're going to realize that no, that actually you kind of actually knew. Perhaps it happened sooner or in a way that you weren't expecting it to happen. But you're being asked to pay attention to your body, especially as you go out into the world and try to find your person, your lifelong partner. This is something within your body that is guiding you away from things that aren't meant to be. And I don't feel like this is through the entire relationship. This isn't something where you met your partner and, there were red flags, but you ignored them. I feel like this is as you move through this relationship, something shifted subtly and you felt it in your body. So pay attention to that. Try to remember that. If not, I do feel like when you're interacting with other people, this may come up again. Because I do see, this is something that could come up in friendships. This is something that could come up perhaps even in a professional relationship setting where boundaries are being crossed or something just isn't right. And rather than putting on rose colored glasses, perhaps it would be a good idea to investigate and move forward before moving forward or giving so much trust or so much of yourself into other relationships. And I feel like you'll have the opportunity to explore this before you connect with your lifelong person. So that's what I'm getting from this reading. Let me go ahead and pull you an inspiration card moving forward. Inspiration advice, please, for collective who are moving from this relationship. There we go. Gratitude and appreciation. So they are really coming through strong, and they want me to take this one too. Okay. They're coming through strong on the gratitude and appreciation. I know my camera's flipped. I apologize. But this is really coming in through that there will be, and perhaps this is the first sign that you get, that there is gratitude and appreciation again for the experience, all of it, really important. The second card that's coming out is be your best self always. Now, I want to say every time I see this card, even in readings for clients, I want to say we're always our best self. And so acknowledging that even in the times within this connection, within this relationship where you feel you could have been better, let's say, you were doing the best you could in that moment. We always are. And so honoring yourself and your process and your decisions and your emotions and acknowledging that that is your best. There wasn't anything that you had to change about yourself. We certainly don't want to change ourselves going into relationships. We want to be who we are. And sometimes in relationships, we grow together and we evolve, and that works out wonderfully. And sometimes we grow apart. And I really feel like there is a significant portion of this connection that has to do with growing apart. Perhaps, both inner children were being triggered and those wounds weren't healed yet. And perhaps that's the purpose in this relationship, is so that you could both heal those wounds to your inner child and step away from this catastrophic situation. Again, with this tower, this was very painful. This was very shocking. This was a lot. I'm getting this is definitely a lot. But being able to move forward, understanding that everybody did the best they could. Very important to understand that. So that's what I'm getting. If this reading resonated, please give me a like, leave a comment, let me know your situation if you feel comfortable sharing, or just, that it resonated. And next time, I hope to see you again very soon. As soon as we get another call from universe to put out a collective message, I will. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.